What is going on, guys? Predator458 here, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to World of Warships, where today we're going to be taking a look at a game I had in the Tier 8 German premium battleship, the mighty Tirpitz. Now, as you can see, unfortunately, the battle has been going for about 5 minutes. This was the first time I'd played World of Warships in quite some time, so I wasn't recording the battle. And then I was like, I'll just get the replay. And then towards the end, I realized that actually this was, I recently had to do a clean reinstall of World of Warships, and I haven't actually re-enabled my own replay recordings. So I had to shadow play the 15 minutes of the battle, which was unfortunate because it was a 20-minute battle. So we have missed the first 5 minutes. They weren't too eventful, but I did manage 2 citadels and roughly 12 hits in those first few minutes. But anyways, as you can see, things are not going terribly well for our team. We've lost 2 ships. We've lost a battleship and a destroyer, and in fact, one of our destroyers killed another one. So one of the ships that we have lost was lost to friendly fire. We have taken a fair bit of damage, but we haven't really been able to push up too much, and we get 2 hits there for minor damage, and here come some torpedoes. But we kind of had to hover around the area we're in once we started engaging, because we were heavily outnumbered, and there were a lot of cruisers, and as good as the Tirpitz is, HE will still work wonders on it. So, firing at their Targo, fired a little bit high there maybe, because I assume he was going to continue his turn away. Does it pay off? Yeah, it does, sort of 6,100 damage, but no citadel, unfortunately. And I was actually really surprised, because as I said, this was the first game I've played in quite some time, and my aim was actually pretty damn good in this match. I don't know, something about the Tirpitz's guns, they just seem to work really well for me. Waiting on the full salvo, we're going to fire everything, but unfortunately our Targo has started turning in, which may mean we don't get anything good, but actually we get a citadel, and must have gotten another hit, because that was 15,000 damage. And a citadel pen from the Tirpitz is only worth about 11 or so. But we're dodging these torpedoes, no problem. And got this Targo. And just going to see, we're going to take a shot at him, I think. He is giving us a fairly nice broadside target. But unfortunately, I do believe he is slowing down. And someone has taken out our torpedo tubes on the starboard side. And indeed he was. Shots land harmlessly in the water in front of him. And now we're pretty much alone. There is 1, 2, 3 cruisers and 2 battleships on this flank. So we're trying to get the hell out of here. You can see his engine has actually been knocked out. You can, if you don't know, you can tell by the flames coming out of the smokestacks. We fire a little bit in front of him in case he starts moving forward, and indeed he does. And we do manage one citadel hit again, another 11,600 damage. We are on fire, 30 seconds or so for it to burn itself out. Never put out a fire when it's just one. In case you are a battleship player who is new to the game, always let it burn itself out, because I can promise you if you do put out that single fire, the enemy will immediately set you on fire again, possibly even twice. So, Mogami at 13, firing off the rear 2 turrets. We're going to fire off the front 2s. No, we're not. And there we go, the fire is out. No hits on the Mogami, unfortunately. And we're now going to be able to turn and bring all guns to bear on the Tier 8 Japanese cruiser. He's bouncing, so I don't know if he's firing armor piercing. But we're going to take a stab at him with the front 2 guns. And just going to wait. The rear guns are now ready. Shots going in. 2 hits, 7,500 damage, and now the rear guns are ready, so we're going to fire those off. We've used our repair kit. It's going to build us back up to decent-ish amount of health. And unfortunately, those shells kind of fall to the left and right, or starboard and port side of his ship. This Targo is, setting me on fire again, but he's, reversing and stopping, and he's not really doing a lot of moving. Shots going in. Only a single hit for 3,000 damage, but we're now going to fire the front guns. And we've now got a Tirpitz on our starboard side, and we are pretty much broadside onto him, so we do have to do something about that. We can't keep sailing like this, and we begin turning away from him. He's got shots coming in. We're going to fire with the front 2 guns, and there's some torpedoes, not sure who fired those. He does some light damage to us. Our shots are going in. How do they do? 2 are looking pretty good, and indeed they do hit, but only for just under 2,000 damage. Now we've got a decent-ish shot on his side, but the Tirpitz is still notoriously difficult to citadel. 1 hit for 3,074 damage done, but we're going to be able to take another crack with the front 2 guns, and a big bit of lag there. Been having a little bit of issues, and some of those shots are looking good. 3,000 from 3 hits, but yeah, I've been having a little bit of lag. I don't know, I haven't been playing a whole lot recently. Just being really tired when I get home from work. Smoke screen, so we know a destroyer is there. Just waiting to see what this Mogami is doing, and it looks like he's going to come around, giving us a fairly decent broadside target. So we're going to stagger the fire and just spread it around a bit, and unfortunately they all land a little bit short. A bit unfortunate, we could have had that kill, but anyway, so now we are going to sort of be a bit more aggressive and turn towards the enemy. There is a Fuso behind us and another Tirpitz just in front of us, so we at least have some support now. Enemy Warspite at 18 kilometers. We got all guns ready. We're going to fire off a full salvo at him and hope for the best. Torpedoes coming in, so we obviously know there's a destroyer somewhere there, and these shells are looking pretty good. And 4 hits for only 3,400 damage. And here's some more torpedoes. We're just going full speed ahead. We should be able to get out of their way, no problem. And he has even more torpedoes, so I don't know if there's just one. No, there's only one destroyer left. Some of these might actually be from the Mogami, and we're going to have no trouble dodging them. But I fear our allied Tirpitz is not going to be so lucky. I think he is going to take some damage from them. And shots coming in from Sir, what's that? Sir Purge or Pump or something, I don't know. But he misses, and we are able to fire off our front 2 guns. Unfortunately, there was horrible aiming. I don't know what I was trying to hit. Clearly not the Tirpitz. And there's the destroyer. It is a Hatsuharu Big Mouse at 8 kilometers. He is traveling away from us. Bit of lag. We're going to blind fire, a bit more lag. We'll see if maybe we can get lucky and get a hit. And we actually get 2, and we get ourselves Confederate. So now the front guns are ready. We're closing in on the Warspite. Torpedoes coming in. We immediately slow down and go hard to port. And this is going to have the added benefit of bringing all guns to bear on the Warspite. We fired off the front 2 as they were ready. The rear guns are now on target, and we managed 2 hits and we get another Citadel. That was quite an interesting angle to get a Citadel on a Warspite, because obviously that thing's also got pretty damn good armor. We get another hit for 2,700 damage, but as you can see, yeah, it's 5-6. We've pulled things back a little bit, and someone on our team is calling for an Otago to hunt down a destroyer. I'm not sure if it's the Tirpitz behind me. But anyways, we've got this Sir Pump in front of us. We're going to fire off the front 2 guns. We're going to continue pressing our advantage. We select up the plane because you never know. We might be able to shoot it down. That's always good. And we land all 4 hits for 10,700 damage. So no Citadels, but Citadel-worthy damage. And the Warspite, unfortunately, he's going to be behind this island before we can get another shot on him. Shots going in on the Tirpitz, some minor damage, nothing too serious. And we're going to fire off the front 2 guns individually, front 2 turrets individually, should I say. The Tirpitz is very nearly dead. Can we get him with the salvo? 1 hit, 2 hits, and we do indeed finish him off and get our first kill of the match. Got some torpedoes coming in from behind, but we are traveling away at full speed, so we might be able to just outrun them. Who knows? Warspite's going to come around this corner, but we don't quite know where he's facing or how. We're going to try our luck, but unfortunately I don't think our guns are going to be elevated correctly to go over the little island, and indeed they aren't. I think they all just smack into the rock. But it's still 6-7. We're still clinging on there. We do have the points advantage right now, and here comes some incoming fire. Now, this is from a stealth firing Otago, at least briefly he was, 12 kilometers away. Not sure if this is a change or if he's just running like Concealment Expert or Camo or whatever it is. But the last time I really played a Targo, you were detected at 11, and if you were firing, it was much further out than that. And this other Targo is now able to fire across the mountain, and a big lag spike there. I actually thought my game might have even crashed. But thankfully it doesn't. Or it didn't, should I say. 40 seconds until this fire goes out, and some more lag. It was just really being a bit of a pain on this particular night. And we're just turning because we know the Targo's there. He could very well be launching torpedoes. And we don't know where he is. He's still not spotted. So he must be running Concealment Expert or Concealment Module or something. Unless there have been some major changes. There he is. I mean, popping up at 9 kilometers. My Targo never used to be able to do that. But as I say, there could have been some changes to the game, or it could have just been the way he set this ship up. I'm going to fire off a full salvo at him. And we get 3 hits, but only minor damage. And there's this other Targo firing at us. We're now in the red for our hit points. We decided to put the fire out because we're living dangerously, and we burn another heal, so it'll build us back up, give us a little bit more hit points to play with. This Tirpitz is on much more health than we are, but unfortunately he's actually going to do something a little bit stupid. 6-8 right now, so we have lost more ships, and things are not looking as good, and the bastard takes out my other torpedo tube. So we've lost both our torpedo tubes on both sides of the ship. We're going to take a full salvo at the Targo, 7 kilometers away. Shots going in. How do they do? 6 hits, 13,000 damage, leaving him on 91. And we get high caliber. And here's what I mean. This Terminator just Tirpitz charges straight into the awaiting torpedo tubes of the Targo and gets himself wrecked. My friend, you could have played that better, and we may have won the match. But unfortunately, you didn't, and now we're 2 ships versus 5, and we're down over 100 points. So hooray. More shots coming in. Is that from the that Targo that's been a bit of a pain? No damage done on that. We've still got 1 heal remaining, but it is 30 seconds away. And this Targo is... He's used his heal. He's back up to about 6,000 hit points. We're going to take a blind shot at that Targo and see if maybe we can get lucky. He was reversing when I fired those shots, but he may have started moving forward or stopped, or who knows. A bit more lag. I really do apologize. It was annoying me, I promise. And we get set on fire again. We burn the damage control team or repair party, whichever. Damage control team, that's the one. Immediately, which isn't the smartest thing to do, but we did it anyway. We don't exactly have a lot of hit points remaining anyway. 4 hits take out a turret. Not sure if it was permanent, but this Targo's on 6,000 hit points, and we're on fire again. So we're going to burn our repair party and build our hit points up some more. And 4 seconds, or just a few seconds left until we can fire. And we've got all guns ready, and this guy's moving forward straight into the island. He can't really go anywhere or do anything. So shots going in, another citadel, and we finish him off. And here comes some torpedoes. So we're going to immediately go hard to port, and we're going to manage to dodge the first wave and no trouble dodging the second wave. Now here, I probably made a bit of a mistake here in terms of the target I was choosing. I figured we had lost the match anyway, so I'd try and get as much damage done as possible. So that's why I was going for the Warspite. Didn't lead quite enough there, but still 3 hits for just under 10,000 damage. I should have probably focused on the Targo and finished him off, removed him from the match, because I don't really have to worry about the Warspite's guns too much. Another 3 hits for 6,000 if I keep myself angled, but the Targo can obviously just keep setting me on fire, which is going to hurt no matter what. And there we go, we're on fire again. We burn our damage control team, put the fire out, and only 1 hit on the Warspite. Now here's where I could really do with some torpedoes, but unfortunately the bastards on the enemy team have taken them both out, and it is the end of the match, and we did manage to survive. So off to the results we go, and unfortunately it was a defeat, But as you can see, we earned ourselves 395,000 credits, 2,500 reputation. We got Dreadnought, Arsonist, High Caliber, and Confederate, I believe that was all of them, getting ourselves 60 target hits, 2 incapacitations, 2 kills, and 6 citadels. We came first place on our team with base XP of 1,600 and 62. Top on the enemy team was the Otago with 2,056. Another Otago on 1,787. And another Otago in third on 1,610. So we were actually third place overall by base experience. As for the detailed report, as you can see, we managed to do 182,225 damage. So not bad at all for the Tirpitz. And this was actually quite a fun game, and I rather enjoyed playing it. It was just a pity that it was a defeat, but it was a hard-fought game. Good result. I enjoyed it, so doesn't really matter. I wasn't pissed off or anything. It just would have been nice to have that as a victory. But anyways, that about covers it for this video. If you enjoyed, please feel free to hit the thumbs up button down below and consider subscribing for more World of Warships, Armored Warfare, and a few other things that I throw into the mix from time to time. But as I said, that is it from me. Thank you very much for stopping by. This is Predator 458 signing off, and I will see you guys next time.